Hello and welcome to Season 4's The Magenta Show. Today we are going to make history. Our youngest ever guest is on the show today, Sanjana Ambegaonkar. Welcome, Sanjana.
Thank you. Hi, it's so great to be here.
So tell them, how old are you really?
I'm 14 years old.
14 years old, going on 40. I have to tell you, this is one of the wisest young ladies I've had the honor of meeting in recent years. Thank you so much for being here,
Thank
girl.
you so much for having me.
Yeah, you're not nervous? You're looking forward to the show?
Yeah, I'm so excited.
Okay, good. So if you know of some budding young teenagers out there who are thinking of writing a book, has aspirations of having their own business one day, this is a show you want to share, and let those beautiful young next generation know that it's possible. Anything can be done, right? So please share. Okay, and I check to see who shares, hey? And I really love it when you do it, and I thank you personally if you share the show, because that's how we grow our audience, right?
For sure, yeah.
That's how we do it.
Awesome.
Cool. So, you, the audience, also have an opportunity to participate in the show. And today I want you to feel, are you drawn to number 1, number 2, number 3? Pop it in the message box and let us know. Which one are you drawn to? Number 1, number 2, or number 3? And at the end of our show, we're going to reveal what the actual color is in that bottle and give you a little color guided message for the week. Is that cool? That's cool, right? That's
awesome.
You haven't seen the show, so you don't know we do this kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's amazing. It's so unexpected.
Excellent. All right. So do excuse me if I do a little frog throwing thing here. I've been the last week we've had this kind of sinusy thing happening, and yeah, it's just horrible stuff. Yeah, it's just horrible adult stuff. And I think we met. Was it about a year and a half ago?
Yeah.
When did you launch your book?
October of 2016. So it's been a while.
That's kind of round about the time I met you. I was on the same book program as Sanjana, and you were standing with a big banner behind you with a book in your hand, and I was immediately drawn to the cover because, as you can see, there's just lots and lots of colors on this cover. And I went, oh my goodness, this is a color girl. I got to speak to her. And that's when I walked over and met you, and I also subsequently met your parents. Yeah. What made you write a book?
I think that what made me write the book was the message that my book carries, the genuine, important message about appreciation and how we shouldn't take anything for granted and how we should appreciate the people, the things in our life, and ourselves, because that message to get out there is so important, and it's something that we need, because some days we have those days where we're just trapped in our little bubble of negativity, and all we can think is, oh, this is bad, oh, this person doesn't like me, oh, the negative stuff. But if we just let that all go, we step out of that bubble, we look at how amazing the sky is, or how good the roses smell, that's going to enhance our life so much.
What does appreciation mean to you? Because, that's a big thing to tell people it's an art. Why is it an art? And what does it mean for you?
Appreciation to me is the genuine caring, the genuine love for something or someone or ourselves. It's the love that you have to have in order to make that grow, make that thing enhance in your life.
I have to tell you, I've read her book, and there's a piece in the book on page 17 that I absolutely love, that I chose to just highlight a little bit about what your energy is about and what your message is. So let's have a little look-see, okay? It's called A Memorable Experience on page 17. I was recently at a coffee shop in a hospital. I was waiting in line thinking what to order. I looked around at what people were ordering and what looked appealing. I looked in front of me and I saw a little boy about age 7 with blonde hair and blue eyes looking at me. I smiled. You wouldn't, because they're so cute when they've got blue eyes, right? Yeah. I glanced down and saw that he had a prosthetic leg. He saw me look at it and smiled. I was embarrassed because he must have seen my jaw drop when I looked down at his leg. I thought he would say something about how it happened or how it hurt. But he surprised me and said, "Cool, right?" I nodded my head. "I want a hook on it like Captain Hook has on his hands, but my mom said no," he said. I was amazed. What an incredible attitude to have, even when faced with such unfortunate circumstances. He was making the best possible outcome of his situation. This incident had a big impact on my life, because whenever I'm faced with a problem, I just say the words, Captain Hook, and it helps me find the best out of my situation. I love this. I love also that you give advice in your book, Sanjana. You say next time when you are faced with an adversity, just think of this boy's imagination and creativity to come up with an idea and how to solve your problem, or at least make it easier.
For sure. Thank you.
So this is a bit of a self-help book too, because not only do you give this case study and something relevant to your life, which I think is for... How old were you when you wrote the book?
12.
12. She was 12 when she wrote this book, guys. She also says here there's a huge takeaway. So she has a little portion here that Sanjana says, after he left, now think about this, do your children, your teenagers, your grandchildren that are this age, do they actually analyze and think about what situations that have happened? Because I know when I was 12 years old, I questioned, but I didn't search deeper and further the way you do. So you really are an astonishing young lady.
Thank you.
So this is what happens when you analyze and take it a step further. A huge takeaway. After he left, I talked with my friends and we all thought, wow, no ordinary person would say this. Normally people would say something negative. What he said was special and definitely not expected. And this made me realize the value of this quote by Tony Robbins. Trade your expectation for appreciation and the world changes instantly. Please, guys, really get this. Trade your expectation for appreciation and the world changes instantly. It was very generous of you to put Tony Robbins in your book.
For sure. I'm a big follower of Tony Robbins. I love Tony Robbins.
Excellent. Now, you're also the founder of a movement. Do you want to tell our... And we're really hoping you guys are sharing this with your teenage grandchildren and children and let them hear this message from Sanjana. She's a founder of a movement.
Yeah. I've started a club, which is my movement, and it's called the Young Minds Big Impact Club.
Wow.
Thank you.
The Young Minds Big Impact. Because people often think young minds can't make a big impact because they're just kids, right?
Exactly.
But, yes.
But when you think about it, young minds doesn't necessarily mean young people.
Yeah.
I don't say young people, big impact. I say young minds. Because it could be an adult. You can be an adult and you can have that young mind. You can have that inspiration. You can have that big world of possibilities to you. So you don't have to be a young person. But in this club, what I do is I look at their children. I look at how they react to the world. What's their problems in life? And I really try to help them. I help them. I coach them with activities, with games. Because us children, us youth, we don't know how to sit down. We don't, adults, they're more the focus. They're more, not necessarily, but...
Not all of them, I tell you. Not all of them are focused. That's why we as adults have coaching jobs. To get them focused. How do you get a youngster to become focused? What do you do to say to them, focus down, hone down, and only focus on that?
I don't really do that. What I like to do is I host games. I do activities.
Oh, but that will get a young mind to focus.
Exactly. Because it's so interesting. It's their interest. It's something that they find fun instead of looking at it like school, like they have to study this and they have to memorize this. It's not like that. It's a learning experience. You have to learn about that and then apply it. It's not just study this.
Fantastic. Well, there you heard it. She is the founder of a movement as well as an author. Now, honestly, the reason I actually asked you specifically to be a guest on my show is I was looking at one of your mom's Facebook posts and she said you were coming out with a second book.
Yes.
As it's like, okay, she's 12 years old. She's published a book now. It's like another book. So what is this new book about?
For sure. This book is called Awaken Your Inner Hero. And it contains stories from 100 different kids who are trying to make a difference in the world from Canada. And I was invited to write a chapter. And so I'm one of the chapters. I tell my story. I tell what inspired me to write the book. I tell how I'm making a difference in the world. And I'm so excited for it. It's going to be a great experience.
When does it launch, Sanjana?
I believe it launches next month.
Next month. Wow. So you gotta follow Sanjana. How can they follow you and keep in touch with you and get hold of these books that you are writing?
Mm-hmm. I'd love to stay in contact with you and connecting with you. So you can visit my website, which is youngmindsbigimpact.com.
youngmindsbigimpact.com. You got it. There you go. Now, I'll talk a little bit about family now, shall I?
Awesome.
Oh, okay. So mom and dad are entrepreneurs, right? Does that inspire you to want to be your own entrepreneur when you leave school one day?
For sure. And as entrepreneurs, they take courses, they keep learning, and that inspires me so much because I know that school isn't just enough. I need to learn my own things. I need to take courses, take different experiences that I might not just learn in school. And that's what they inspired me to do. They inspired me to go out of my comfort zone, reach out and see the world of possibilities so that I can actually be something more than just limited.
Tell the audience what mom and dad do. What are they really about?
Okay, they're business coaches. And
mom and dad, pay attention. You okay? Here you go. Big plug on the show by your daughter.
So they're business coaches, and what they do is they coach entrepreneurs on how to excel in their businesses. They teach them amazing strategies, ways to just enhance their business for such great...
Are they good at what they do?
Amazing.
Okay. Right. Based on your daughter's testimonial, Amit and Swapna, you are now formally invited to be guests on the Magenta show, okay?
Wow.
We'll get them in the chairs.
Awesome.
Cool. Oh, fantastic, girl. Now, with mom and dad training and learning all over, you've done quite a bit of traveling. What are some of the favorite places you've been to?
Wow, I've been to so many places. I've gotten the chance to go to Jamaica, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, Bahamas. Amazing. It's so great.
And I saw a sneak little picture of you on the beach with mom and dad, and then another one that popped up was you swimming with a dolphin.
Yes.
What was that like?
That was one of the most memorable experiences I've ever had. And being in that water with the dolphins, with my dad, with my brother, is something that I'll never forget because it's so amazing. Just, you'd never think that, you could swim with a dolphin. You could hang onto a dolphin and just go. It's just something that you'll never forget. It's amazing.
Because I wanted to show you, we have a little bottle here and it's called the Dolphin, and it's kind of got like a kind of a blue sparkle in it. And whenever a business person picks this, that's kind of what I say to them. It's like, kind of hang on and just go for the ride and stop trying to control your life and every aspect of it. Let go.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Oh, it's because it adds playfulness in. So I know when a business person picks this dolphin bottle, they're taking life too seriously. They've forgotten to play and take time out to go to the Bahamas.
Right. That's so important.
You want to smell this one?
Sure.
How you do this is you spray it in your hand like that. You'll see it comes out quite blue. And then you give it a little rub and then you breathe it in.
That's amazing.
A little bit of like an oceany seaside smell to it. Yeah.
That smells great.
That's the dolphin bottle. Yeah. All right. And are you inspiring your younger brother Sahil to also write?
Sahil is an amazing writer. What he does is he puts on these plays for us and he makes up his stories.
Wow.
He's an amazing person because he is his own mind and he has such amazing ideas, such amazing, he draws, he makes comics, he does all these things. It's amazing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Sahil, we love you. We miss you today. I always have a little chat with Sahil when we see him and ask him when's his book coming out. Because, everyone in your family's written books, so it will be inevitable that he will because he's just surrounded by such inspirational energy. So, my angel, you also hang out with some very famous people. Right? Who's your favorite?
Oh, that's hard to rank. But someone I honestly, genuinely love is Raymond Aaron.
Yeah.
And Raymond Aaron, I don't look at him just as a mentor. I look at him as a friend.
Yeah.
Because what he's done for me, what he's taught me, the things that he's made me experience are so amazing, so incredible that I won't have those experiences with anyone else.
Yeah. Did you do his communication workshop?
I did.
That was one of the best, I think, experiences I've had with Raymond. He was the original publisher, and it was his book program that got our books out there. But I did his speaker workshop, and it was really, really, really good.
Yeah, it's made me just an amazing speaker, and I continue to learn from him, even though I've done all these courses, because it's so amazing. He teaches something different every single time.
He's got it drained in my head every time I hear somebody go, I'm like, stop! That's not a good thing. It's a fossil.
Sure.
He calls it a fossil.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yeah. So my angels, what we've got going here for our reading for Sanjana is you requested to have your name read in colors.
Yeah.
What made you want to do that?
I was just, okay, this whole color concept is so unique. Where have you ever heard this before? It's so different. It's amazing what you're doing because it's something that no one thinks of. It's something that it's futuristic because people are going to want it. And this number one was just so interesting because I love math and I love numbers and I love, my name is so different. You usually won't find someone named Sanjana Ambegaonkar. Yeah. And so I'm so interested to see what this is.
Okay, cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you how I've calculated your name. So I took all the consonants and I put them in the top row like that in red. Mm-hmm. And I've taken all the bottom numbers that are in blue, and those are the vowels, and I put them at the bottom and they come to a number. That's how I've calculated them. Okay. How the numbers work is everything works from a number 1 to a number 9 in numerology. And what you do is the alphabet fits under each one of those numbers in a row. So if you go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, you start with the alphabet. A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I. You run out of numbers, you come back to 1, J, K, and so on and so on. So each letter has got, like you can see the J is a number 1, the J falls under number 1. Do you see how that works? All right. So what we've done is your consonants in the red come to 41. And the 41st bottle in the color mirror system is a C5 bottle. And if you add 4 plus 1, you get to 5. So we're going to look at bottle C5 and bottle number 5.
Okay.
Your vowels at the bottom, when I calculated them, came to 17. And if you 1 plus 7 is 8. Because again, in numerology, you want to get everything between 1 and 9.
Right.
Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. You bring everything down to a single digit. Mm-hmm. Okay. Then I did a bigger calculation. What if we added 41 and 17? We get 58.
Right. Okay.
Right? And then if we take 5 and 8, you want to keep bringing it down to between 1 and 9. Mm-hmm. Comes to 13. 1 and 3 is 4. Okay. So these are all important numbers, and the numbers we read as the colors of your name. And 58 is a bottle called G1 in the color mirror system. So that's what I'm going to line up, and we're going to do a little chat with it. Okay?
This is so exciting.
Is that exciting? Okay. So the first bottles we're going to put out is the C5 and the 5 bottle, and I'm hoping that they're going to be on camera there, that you can see them as well. And they are to do with your consonants, and they are to do with your outer expression. This is kind of when people hear the name Sanjana Ambegaonkar, this is an energy that comes out of the sound frequency of saying your name or thinking your name, because everything is energy.
Right.
Your name gives off energy. Isn't that exciting?
Wow, yeah.
And these are the colors of those frequencies of sound that they get hit with. Not everybody can see the colors, but they can certainly feel an energy coming to them. So the color helps us interpret what are they feeling coming from you.
That's amazing.
Being consonants, this is your face to the world. This is how other people perceive you. This is how they receive you.
Okay.
This is what their first opinion of you is.
Right.
They're that snap judge. I like him, I don't like him. They're okay, but they're not. It's kind of that feeling, right? Your energy hits them and they go, I want to know more about that girl. And I'll tell you why in a minute. C5 is to do, C stands for chakra, the 5th chakra on the body. So it's the blue throat chakra. Mm-hmm. So it says you're a communicator, you're a speaker. And when you speak up and say something, people must listen.
Oh, wow.
They want to hear you speak. All right? They
That's
want to
so
give you the
cool.
microphone and say, here, please tell us, what do you know?
Oh, wow.
Isn't that cool?
That's amazing.
Now, of course, Mum, with these kind of color good bottles, she's never going to get married and change her name. And if she ever gets married, she'll never change her name, okay? Because this is like really good stuff. That's why I kept my maiden name when I got married.
Wow, that's so cool.
Because of this reading, I didn't want to change my name.
Really?
And then the number 5 is beautiful because this is the bottle that relates to the planet Mercury, and it's a planet of communication in astrology.
Wow.
So again, people get that you're a strong communicator, but 5 is also a strong networker.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that the founder of this organization, this club that you've got going, the books that you're writing, you're definitely creating a network out into the world. And because it's green, the color of the heart, it's about touching people at a heart level. I love that your first book is The Art of Appreciation, because it's emotions. It's using your body to feel appreciation. It's not just the thought you have in your head. You can't say I'm appreciative up here and not feel it.
Genuine from the heart. Yeah. For sure. Wow.
So definitely there's communication here. And of course, people who pick 5s, they are movers and shakers.
Mm-hmm.
They are people that, so in other words, if you think about it, when you're looking for a new space in your life, you think about spaces being green, grass is green, countries are green, right?
Yeah.
And they know that you can create an opportunity for them where you can say, let's clear the space and let's put in something new in that space for you. So you're like you can bring clarity to them.
Wow.
And show them how to get a new space, to think differently, feel differently, respond differently to the world.
Mm-hmm. That's so cool. Wow.
You like it?
I love it.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
And the combination color of a blue and a green sitting in your outer expression is a very powerful marketer. This is marketing. The marketing big buffs in the corporate world, when they pick this color combination, I said, "Ma, so you're the marketing CEO?" And they go, "How did you know?" And it's because that green and that red says very powerful marketing skills.
Wow.
So, Mom, definitely, if she's thinking of studying in the future, you want in any business or anything that you want to do, look into marketing, because there's a definite gift here in marketing. As I studied marketing, so I love it. I loved it.
It's amazing. Cool.
That was my subject at college. Okay, so now we want to have a look at it. Are you happy with that, girl?
I'm more than happy.
You like it?
Amazing. Yeah? I love it.
All right. Have you thought about what you're going to do if you went to university?
Yeah, for sure. So I love business, of course, because of my parents, because of what I've learned, and I want to for sure be an entrepreneur, for sure go into marketing, because that's so important in this generation, in my generation, because that's all going to be corporate. It's going to be, one step ahead, being amazing.
And coming from the heart.
Yeah.
We're no longer going to market where we're going to manipulate people's brainwaves into buying stuff. We're going to be marketing with speaking the truth and speaking from the heart, and really making that difference.
For sure.
Oh, good. So you're part of that wave of consciousness on the planet. I like.
You are too.
Yeah, just an older version. So let's have a look at your inner world, because the vowels that came to 17 and 8, it's a coral on top of royal blue.
Whoa.
And 1 and 7 makes 8, which is a violet bottle, and it's. Ooh. So tell me, what do you think of that?
They're so soothing.
Yeah?
Yeah, they're like really peaceful. I love them, especially this one. Even that one. They're amazing. This one reminds me of the beach. And I love the beach. Beach is like one of my favorite places. It
has definitely one of those sunsets, when you get that coral sky and the sun setting on the blue water and the water turns darker in the evening. It does definitely have that. It's actually called, number 17 is called the wish bottle.
Mm-hmm.
And 8 is called Saturn. And what these two bottles represent is the things people don't know too much about you. It's kind of something you know about yourself, and you know how your mind and your feelings work. Your parents might have a glimpse of it, but it's your own private thoughts, which are no longer private because we're live on air and we're talking about it. But this represents how you think, how you feel, and not the things you want everybody to know about you. All right. Mm-hmm. So first of all, the 17 to me, the wish bottle says that you're somebody, you're a manifester. If you wish or think for something, it appears. Okay. Right?
Yeah, for
sure. And the minute you go, I'd like more exposure for my book, suddenly somebody phones you up and says, be on their show. Right?
Yeah.
Does it work? Did that work like that? I know it worked like that.
That's awesome.
And the coral at the top is, it is the color of ambition, but healthy ambition, because the royal blue underneath says, I will have all my ducks in a row. Now, there's a saying we use in England, saying all ducks in a row, because it just says there will be a blueprint. There will be steps that you will follow, and you need discipline, and you need to work towards something. Sure. So you're a very disciplined and ambitious young lady, and whatever you wish for is going to come true, and you know that within you.
Thank you.
Okay, not everybody else knows that, but now they do, because we're live on air. How does that sit with you?
I love it. Honestly, it resonates with me. It's amazing. Yeah.
And then I've got the bottle number 8, because 1 plus 7 makes 8. So This one is Saturn, and it's violet, and violet is always about spirituality. And 8 is about abundance and about being abundant spiritually as well. So you know what drives you to do what you do, to write books like you do, to do the programs and the clubs and the support for other people is a spiritual service.
Yes, for sure. Yeah.
And what's really great is, you know, even though this isn't your face to the world is going to be through a business marketing entrepreneurial field. What you have here is inwardly, you know that everything you do is based on a foundation, a solid foundation, that you're here to do God's work.
Mm-hmm.
You're here to serve humanity.
Wow. That is truly amazing.
And what I like about 8 is that people who have 8s in their lineups that I've found over the last 18 years that I've been doing this kind of work is they tend to be founders of new systems. They're founders or inventors of a new way of working. So I have a feeling that you have within you, as you know, the frequency of your name, you have this in you to, you know, to actually develop possibly a marketing system or something that is going to be new in the world that people will want to embrace and take forward. So there's a lot of leadership qualities here, but definitely the spirituality is the foundation of your ambition and drive.
Wow. That's amazing.
Does that feel good?
It feels, yeah.
Yeah. Also, you know, if one day if you were going to, and if you're in a corporate environment and people want to say, no, your business name's going to be your name, Swapna Ambegaonkar. Okay, it's going to be the business name .com. Have you got the .com yet?
Yeah. Not my name, but I have my brand. Yeah.
Okay. Mom and Dad, also buy her name .com, please. Brand her straight away. Do it right now. We're live. And what I feel will happen is if that becomes a business name, a core, because marketing or branding yourself under your own name, like I'm moirabush.com, it's very powerful and very personable. Mm-hmm. If you did that and you started having people working for you, this will also say the kind of people you will draw to work with you.
Right.
Isn't that cool?
That's amazing.
So the way you market and the way you communicate is going to go out in a heartfelt way. The way internally you will work with your staff and your support people and your, you know, anybody that supply your suppliers and anybody that's affected in your business, it's going to be handled in a very spiritual, righteous way.
That's awesome.
And you will draw people that are ambitious towards you as well to work with you.
Wow.
So this is like way in the future, Mom and Dad, but it's it's definitely there. Does that help? Is that
amazing.
useful?
Yeah, for sure.
Not too scary. The future looks a bit bright here, right?
Well, with these colors, they sure do. Yeah, for sure.
Okay. And when we add all the numbers, when we added this together, it came to 58, which is the G1. And it's copper sitting on top of light.
Whoa. That's really cool. What does that mean?
Copper is about the earth. And the light is about your light body. So this is a little bit of the human part of us, which is very coppery, because we're made up of the elements of the earth. You know, we're made up of fire, water, air, dust. And then we've got the bottom here that is light, and that is our spirit body. So, and the 7 is very important as well, because it talks here about a spiritual teacher on the planet, but who's very grounded, who's very real, who's going to speak a language that people understand. It's not going to be this woo-woo, fluffy, you know, dancing naked around a bonfire in the forest and that kind of really out there spirituality. The way you're going to do it is to be very, very grounded. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
The copper says doing it on the earth. Yeah.
Wow.
And you're going to walk your talk. You're not just going to preach to people. You're going to be going through and working at, you know, like you've written in your book, your own stories. You're going to continue that theme for the rest of your life.
Wow.
Cool.
That is more than cool. That's amazing.
And then 5 and 8, because G7 is bottle 58, and G7 is the 58th bottle in that system if you count it down, comes to 13 and a 4. What do you think? Is another violet bottle, and then this is yellow on top of very deep turquoise. Mm-hmm. What do you think of those two?
Those two. This one is really, really pretty. I love it. It reminds me of the earth again. It reminds me of like all nature, and I love nature.
You like number 4?
Yeah.
Okay, hashtag moment. The first person to really like number 4 in the color mirror system. It's not a favorite.
Really? I like it. I love
Wow.
it. I like the top especially because it's a different color. You don't really expect it. Even this one, it reminds me of the sea. It reminds me of, it's a matte finish, which is different.
Yes.
Yeah.
So 13, my darling, is transformation.
Mm-hmm.
So Sanjana, you are somebody that can, whose name, when people speak it and the vibration goes out, people know they're going to get a transformational opportunity when they're with you.
Oh,
They
wow.
get the energy that you are there to change lives, and you can say something or do something that's going to maybe switch something in their energy field, in their mind, that's going to make them do it differently. And 13 is the leader of the pack. You know, if you look at King Arthur was he had 12 knights of the round table that worked with him, and then he was the 13th member, the leader, and there's very, very similar energy for you as well. You're going to be the leader of a pack.
Oh, wow. That's so cool.
And of course, being violet, it's that spiritual underlying quality about
Right.
you. And then the number 4 here is called Uranus, and it's not the most popular bottle in the color mirror system, because Uranus is a planet symbolically about lightning and change and movement and letting go of the past. And literally, I feel that if you were to use your name as your business name, and you were, as you get older, and that becomes, because your books is in your name, right?
Yeah.
And they read that energy, they get a feeling here that you're a system buster.
What does that mean?
You will bust systems that are old and outdated and antiquated. So how people think about systems in school, for example, our education system is a mess. I mean, honestly, we sit in classrooms. I did, and your generation still sits in classrooms. You have the same information you have to learn. You have the same tests. You have the same scoring system. And in a class of 30 kids in a class, that is so unfair, literally, because half of them in that class have got a different, are going to be creators and artists and musicians, and there's nothing for them
For sure.
to be measured by or to be encouraged by. So that the education system is really not good, right?
Yeah.
So this is a system buster. This says that, and it's not just the systems out in the world, but it's systems people put in their own minds. They go, I can only think this way, I can only do it this way, I can only be this way, and they kind of box themselves in, and they don't think outside the box. This is the 4. Number 4 is the 4 corners of the box and busting the corners. So people have got set ideas about how they want to do their life. You're going to come in and go, let's just blow the walls away and see what lies on the other side. Like lightning strike.
That is so cool. Wow.
Little dynamo package sitting here. Right. Any questions, my girl, on this?
No, actually. I love the last one because my favorite number is actually 4.
It's my lucky number 2.
Oh, wow. And so the fact that my last number was 4 is just, it proves that this isn't just something. It's really true. It's really spiritual. It's amazing because it's real.
You resonate with it. Which is your favorite one besides 4? Which is the next one?
17.
Yay.
I love 17.
The wish bottle. Wish for anything and it will come true.
Wow.
That is what that 17 is. I've actually got the words I can give you out of the Color Mirrors manual. Let's have a little look here. Every bottle, by the way, if you want to look this up after the show, every one of these bottles with their little message is on my website for free, and you can just have a little look. All right. 17 is the wish, coral over royal blue. This bottle relates to the star in the tarot, which has always been the wish card. When you choose these colors, you have somehow come to a place of grace, and at this point you can wish with a full knowledge that your wishes will be fulfilled.
Wow.
This is a time for positive payback. Well, you know that's your mission, eh?
Yeah.
And all the good you have done is about to be returned tenfold. This bottle is always an indication of a change of status, a new way of describing yourself, a new career, or possibly huge new opportunities and possibilities.
Wow.
Like?
Wow, I love that.
Mum, You have a manifestor, and Dad, you have a major, major, powerful manifestor here on your hands.
Thank you.
Happy with that, my darling?
I'm so happy. It was amazing. Thank
Excellent.
you.
So we're going to move on to the segment of the show where we're going to give the audience a little color reading. Okay, shall we do that?
Awesome.
Okay, right, let's just pop these back down here. And you want to pop those on for me on the table?
Yeah, sure.
There we go. Got an assistant today. So, did you pick number 1, number 2, or number 3? If you pick number 1, you have picked Sanjana's bottle. And her pick today, ta-da! Turquoise dragon. Yay! So, let's put it down over there. If you picked turquoise dragon with Sanjana, you are linked to an incredible energetic support in the universe. It's a spiritual support, and it's the goddess Kuan Yin.
Wow.
Now, Kuan Yin is said to have reached the gates of heaven, and she was going to ascend. In other words, she didn't have to come back to earth and do all this earthly stuff anymore. She could just go higher and higher back to God. And she heard the cries of humanity and said, I'm staying behind and I will help them until they all get to where I am.
Wow.
So this speaks about you having, and anybody of you who've picked turquoise dragon, having a really big mission on this planet, here to help humanity, here to help them not make the same mistakes again.
Mm-hmm.
All right?
Wow.
But I love it, Kuan Yin rides a dragon. I love it that it's a dragon energy, because the dragon is the last wall of resistance. Whenever you pick a dragon, it says, "This, no more. This is it. Stop right here. You need to change. Stop procrastinating. Stop saying why you can't do things. Stop being negative."
Right. Wow.
Do you like that?
I love that. Wow. If you got that.
And of course, turquoise is the color of writers and artists. So if you've picked number 1 and you haven't yet written your book, or you're still thinking about it, a 12-year-old wrote a book, and now she's 14, she's publishing her next one. Come on, guys. There's no excuse. Get onto a book program, find somebody to help you, mentor you, and write that book. No more no's. No more resistance.
Wow.
And then Mom, Swapna, picked bottle number 2. And she also picked a dragon. The lilac dragon. Right? So those of you who picked number 2, you've picked Sanjana's, Mom Swapna's bottle pick. And it is the lilac dragon. This is a lot about your mum.
Mm-hmm.
Because the kind of energy that she is, which is that business coach and helping people, again, it's violet, it's spiritual, it's that connection you have with her.
Right.
And it's definitely, Swapna comes from a spiritual foundation as well. But she's also a little bit of a system buster, because the dragons is that one that says, roll the boulders out of the way. And actually there are no more boulders in the road. I mean, really, just look at it with your laser eyes and turn them into dust and go down the path. So I would imagine she's quite a tough coach. As
her daughter, I can say that.
Yeah, she's a tough coach. She doesn't take nonsense. She really makes you be accountable for what you're going to be doing. So for those of you who've picked number 2, if you still have a boulder in the path, or something that you think is stopping you from growing, from maturing, from reaching your goals, from being successful, you just visualize a dragon, a purple dragon, a violet lilac dragon coming into your life, and using these laser eyes and blowing it away. Use visualization exercises and the mystical dragon to help you. Or go and see Swapna, because she's a little dragon package that will definitely blast some boulders out the path. Okay, we're gonna have to put Mom's or tune in later in the season, where we're gonna have Mom and Dad hopefully on the show, and then you can get to meet this dragon lady. But for those who've picked number 2, it's a really good week to assess what is still in your path and clear it, and get help to clear it if you need it. Get a coach, okay, a mentor. And then number 3 was Dad. Dad picked indigo. Deep blue indigo color. Yeah, this is a family of system busters, because indigo is a color that says this is somebody who's very strong-willed, who knows what they want. They go after it. They don't take nonsense. They work outside systems. They find their own systems. They find their own way. So if you've picked number 3, you'll probably relate to Amit, her father's energy, in that way, that you will also just go and do it your own way, in a unique way. Because we talk about indigo children or indigo adults, which is really people who have like a very deep blue aura around them, which your dad has got. He has got this color around him, which is why he picked this color, because that's his filter that he'll pick and see a color through. And this is somebody, and again, this is somebody you can trust. This is somebody that you can work with. This is somebody who's going to give you the systems, the blueprints, the foundation to become successful. So yeah, I think for those of you who picked number 3, this is a week for you to have a look at, do you have systems in place? Do you have a foundation that you can build your career on, your business on, your, don't just go, I'm going to write a book. Get a book writing program. Get something that gives you the guided step-by-step approach and move forward, all right? This is very much about entrepreneurs and entrepreneurial family that's sitting here. And I'm hoping that those of you who picked either the 1, 2, or 3, that you really, really get this message, okay? How do you feel about this family lineup here, girl?
I love it. I think they go really well together. Like the colors themselves, they're so pretty together.
It's a pretty family. I love it too, because you sit with turquoise that says you come from the heart, and here sits this kind of lilac color which is very feminine, and here sits the masculine in your dad. So yes, it is a lovely family. It's really, really brilliant. I think we need to put Sahil in here as well. Let's pick a bottle for Sahil. Can you go and pick one for him? Just say, Sahil, this is your bottle, and see which one it is. Let's complete the family picture.
Awesome. Okay. I think if Sahil was here right now, he would pick just the red.
Oh, yes!
The red.
That's exactly the one he picks every time I see him at exhibitions.
Yeah.
He loves his red bottle. Oh, my goodness. Now have a look at how balanced this family is. Isn't that just beautiful? So there sits our little Sahil with his vibrant energy. Whenever he picks this color, I say to him, Sahil, how on earth do you sit still with all these adults when mom and dad and everyone's doing this business stuff, and how old is Sahil now?
He is 8 now.
8 now, yeah. So I mean, I met him when he was a little bit younger, and he goes to all the events mom and dad go to, and he sits dead quiet, and he always picks a red bottle, and I go, I don't know how you do it, because red is about movement. I have to run. I can't sit still.
Well, then I think there's also other parts in him, like the purple or the turquoise, which is amazing, because we all have that in us. That's what makes us a family.
It's exactly what makes you a beautiful, beautiful, vibrant, exciting family. I love it. Well, my darlings, this has been absolutely extraordinary. I wanted to ask you, are you going to be at the Summer Bash networking event on Wednesday?
I won't be, but my parents will definitely be
okay,
there.
So if you actually want to meet the parents of this incredible young lady, Amit and Swapna, please come and see us on Wednesday. The 15th is an all-day event. The tickets are really, really not expensive at all. And come and visit us with a color table, and come and meet the folks at Jennifer Beal Summer Networking Bash. Okay. And if you still need a ticket, just put in #Magenta, and it'll give you a lovely little discount. All right.
Awesome.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry you're not going to be at the show, but I'm very pleased you came to be on this one.
Thank you.
Was it good?
It was great.
Okay.
Amazing. I loved it. Thank you.
Well done.
You're
Thank you
amazing.
so much. Thank you, my angel, for being on the show and letting us play with your colors. And
Thank
all the
you.
best for the future. It looks very shiny and bright. Thanks, Sanjana.
Thank you.
Thank you for tuning in, angels.
Thank you.